Let me tell you why I'm so happy. Because it looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana. They have been spotted together several times recently, but they seemingly made it official after the Oscars. So they both posted.
It all started with a post no one saw coming. Teyana Taylor, known for her grace, her discipline, and her refusal to entertain chaos, finally broke her silence. And she didn't do it for herself. She did it for someone no one expected her to defend. The internet didn't even have a second to process before everything erupted. The comments, the reactions, the headlines, every corner of social media exploded. Because what she said didn't just protect Aaron Pierre. It felt like a direct hit toward her ex, Iman Shumpert. But before that moment, before the viral post that sent shockwaves across the industry, there was a long road of tension, quiet pain, and battles fought behind closed doors. This story wasn't born overnight. It was the result of months, some would argue years, of emotional strain simmering beneath the surface. It was about a woman exhausted from carrying wounds in silence, and a man who couldn't let go of what he once had. For months, rumors about Teyana and Aaron had swirled nonstop. Every small interaction was magnified into a headline. A laugh during an interview, a shared moment on set, a glance on the red carpet, fans dissected everything. And the more people watched, the more they felt something real was brewing between them. Teyana tried to downplay it, keeping things professional, but even through the screens, people could feel the shift. There was a softness in her demeanor, a calmness, a lightness around Aaron that wasn't easy to ignore. Then came Aaron's interviews. As his career skyrocketed from the Underground Railroad to major Hollywood roles, reporters started asking about Teyana. And although he stayed respectful, his admiration for her was unmistakable. The way he spoke about her artistry, her strength, her work ethic, it wasn't the rehearsed flattery Hollywood is used to. It felt genuine, grounded, deep. But just as fans began getting comfortable with the idea of Teyana finding joy again, Iman stepped into the conversation loudly. It started with a cryptic Instagram story, a plain black background with white text reading, "Funny how loyalty fades when the lights come on." No names, no tags, but everyone knew exactly who he meant. The timing was too sharp, too deliberate. The post came just days after Teyana and Aaron were spotted together at a private event. Fans immediately split into teams. Some defended Iman, saying heartbreak makes people irrational. Others accused him of being bitter and territorial. But Iman didn't stop there. A few days later, he went live. He didn't say Teyana's name, but his words didn't need labels. He spoke about people forgetting who stood by them, about men pretending to uplift women just to fill their own egos. And then he said the line that made the internet freeze. "Some dudes out here acting like they saving somebody, when really they just chasing shine. I see you." That sentence detonated a firestorm. Fans clipped it immediately, tagging Teyana and Aaron nonstop. Speculation ran wild. Was Iman warning Teyana? Was he calling out Aaron? Was jealousy finally spilling over? But what no one expected was how Teyana would respond. Because Teyana Taylor, the same woman who kept her divorce private, who begged the internet for compassion, who said she wanted a peaceful separation, finally snapped. It began subtly. She posted a picture from the studio with the caption, "Peace is louder than pride." People started whispering instantly. But the real shock came hours later when she went live. When Teyana Taylor goes live, it's never for entertainment. It's because she has something to say. The video opened with her sitting in her car. No makeup, no glam, no filters. Just a woman who had clearly reached her breaking point. You could see the exhaustion in her eyes, but also the strength. "I don't usually do this," she started gently. "But I'm tired of people playing with my peace, playing with my name, and acting like they know my life." Her voice wavered for a second, but she didn't fall apart. She pushed forward, explaining how narratives get twisted to fit someone else's hurt, how the loudest voices often belong to those who cause the most damage. And then she said the sentence that shook the entire internet. "I don't care what anybody says about me and Aaron. That man has been nothing but kind, respectful, and supportive. He's not the reason anything ended. So stop blaming him for things he had nothing to do with." The world stopped. That was the first time Teyana ever publicly acknowledged Aaron in a personal context. Not only did she defend him, she subtly checked Iman at the same time. She never said his name, but her message couldn't have been clearer. You don't get to paint me as the bad guy because I chose to heal, she continued. You don't get to pop in and out of my peace whenever you feel insecure. I've carried enough pain for both of us. In minutes, she flipped the entire narrative. Fans flooded her comments with love, calling her courageous, calling out the manipulation she hinted at, and praising her for finally choosing herself. But the story didn't end there, because Iman wasn't about to stay quiet. Just hours later, he posted again, this time a picture of his daughter holding his hand, with the caption, "I'll always protect what's mine." To the internet, it felt like another jab. Another attempt to reclaim a sense of ownership over a life that had already moved on without him. Fans called it manipulative. Others called it desperate. The comments were brutal. He's not mad she moved on. He's mad she didn't come back. Meanwhile, Aaron Pierre stayed completely silent. No subtweets, no cryptic messages, no interviews about the situation. And that silence spoke louder than any rant. While the internet raged around him, Aaron continued showing up for Teyana quietly, respectfully. He attended her events, stood beside her without overshadowing her, and always stayed out of the drama. People began calling him soft energy, the peace she deserved. For the first time in years, the conversation around Teyana wasn't about heartbreak. It was about healing. But everyone knew Iman wasn't done. There was too much history, too much ego, too much unresolved hurt. Soon, another bomb dropped. A leaked clip began circulating from behind the scenes of one of Iman's podcast appearances. In the clip, he said, "You can't replace real love with a movie fling. Some people let acting roles get too real." Fans went ballistic. It felt like confirmation Iman still couldn't accept the Teyana-Aaron connection. But instead of firing back, Teyana chose grace again. She posted a picture of her daughter's hand holding hers with the caption, "My peace is my purpose. That's all I'll protect." No shade, no anger, just peace. And somehow, it hit harder than any clapback could have. Over the next few weeks, fans noticed something shifting. Teyana looked genuinely happy again. Her smile reached her eyes. She laughed more. She was glowing. And sometimes, yes, she was spotted with Aaron quietly, casually, peacefully. When Aaron finally did speak weeks later, he didn't talk about drama or rumors. In a soft interview, when asked about Teyana, he said simply, "She's one of the strongest people I've ever met. She deserves peace. That's all I'll say." One sentence. And the internet fell in love with him. Meanwhile, Iman's posts shifted. They became darker, more introspective, more melancholic. Fans wondered if he was finally recognizing the weight of everything he'd lost, not just Teyana, but the peace that came with her. Then, the moment no one expected happened. Teyana and Iman crossed paths publicly for the first time since their split. Cameras swarmed. The air tightened. Teyana stood tall, elegant, poised, unbothered. Iman hesitated, caught between familiarity and distance. The photos captured everything. Her polite smile that didn't fully reach her eyes, his conflicted expression, and Aaron quietly stepping back to give them space. That moment, silent, brief, heavy, felt like closure. Not the dramatic kind, the real kind. Two people who once shared a life, now standing as strangers with maturity. It hurt, but it healed too. As Teyana walked away head high, peace intact, it became clear, strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply choosing not to fight. Fans online summed it up perfectly. Sometimes peace is the loudest revenge, and that's exactly what Teyana embodied. She didn't drag anyone. She didn't expose anyone. She didn't compete or clap back. She chose herself. She defended someone who treated her with respect, without tearing anyone else down. She showed that healing is louder than heartbreak, that peace can silence chaos, and that growth is its own victory. This wasn't a Hollywood love triangle. This wasn't messy drama. This was a woman reclaiming her story, a man realizing too late what he lost, and another man showing what quiet respect looks like. As the dust settles, one thing is undeniable. Teyana Taylor finally found peace. And nothing, no gossip, no shade, no heartbreak can take that away. Because in the end, grace always wins.